here. These Falmer are frozen in the ice. I wonder how long they've been like this. And I thought the salt range was going to be. Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from?
Did you really come here expecting to claim Ariel's bow? You've done exactly as I predicted and brought your fetching companion to me.
Wait, is he talking about me?
Which, I'm sorry to say, means your usefulness is at an end.
Who's there? Done and... Where'd you go?
An impressive display, but a wasted effort. You delay nothing but your own deaths.
Who's there?
gone on long enough.
Where'd you come from?
I felt it long before. Betrayed.
Where'd you come from?
No! I won't let you ruin centuries of preparation!
You alright? Come on, we can do this. I know we can. He's up there on the balcony. Come on. Enough, Bertha. Give us the bow.
How dare you! I was the arch-curate of Ariel, girl. I had the ears of a god.
Until the betrayed corrupted you. Yes, we've heard this sad story.
Gelibor and his kind are easily manipulated fools. Look into my eyes, Serana. You tell me what I am.
You're a vampire? But Ariel should have protected you.
The moment I was infected by one of my own initiates, Ariel turned his back on me. I swore I'd have my revenge, no matter what the cost.
You want to take revenge on a god?
Ariel himself may have been beyond my reach, but his influence on our world wasn't. All I needed was the blood of a vampire and his own weapon, Ariel's bow.
The blood of a vampire. Ariel's bow. It was you? You created that prophecy?
A prophecy that lacked a single final ingredient. The blood of a pure vampire. The blood of a daughter of Cold Harbor.
You were waiting all this time for someone with my blood to come along. Well, too bad for you. I intend on keeping it. Let's see if your blood has any power to it. Where'd you come
trickery
from?
is this?
Who's?
So the deed has been done. The restoration of this way shrine means that Bertha must be dead, and the betrayed no longer have control over him. What? What are you talking about? A vampire? I see. That would explain much. Deep inside, it brings me joy that the betrayed weren't to blame for what happened here. Because that means there's still hope that they might one day shed their hatred and learn to believe in Auriel once again. It's been a long time since I felt that way, and it's been long overdue. My thanks to both of you. You risked everything to get Auriel's bow, and in turn, you've restored the Chantry. I can't think of a more deserving champion to carry it than you. If you wish to learn more about the bow, or obtain sun-hallowed arrows for it, I'd be more than happy to help. You've but to ask. Please, take the bow. It's yours. Even with Vertha gone, and the inner sanctum destroyed, my duty as a Knight Paladin of Auriel remains. I have been sworn to protect this veil and everything it represents until I die. For the time being, they will remain open. If remnants of our kind who escaped the betrayal at the hands of the dwarfs exist out there, perhaps they will find this place one day. May Auriel watch over you.
Yes? It's not as shiny as I was expecting. Still, it's beautiful. It's not as shiny as I was expecting. Still, it's beautiful. I think we both know. It's time to face my father. If we don't, he'll keep chasing us for the rest of our lives. I've been thinking about this for a long time. It's not easy, but I don't think we have much of a choice. No. This has to end here and now. If we head back to the castle and kick the front door in, we're gonna be knee-deep in his friends. Let's head back to Isran and let him see what we've got first. I'm betting he'll lend us a sword or two. Oh, what is it? It sounds like... that's the last bit of the prophecy. The blood of a daughter of Cold Harbor can corrupt the bow. So I am. I guess we could use my blood. Do you have any arrows? Elven arrows? I'm not going to just bleed on any old thing. Let's just get this over with.
It's good to speak to you again. The bow was said to be carried by Auriel himself into battle against the forces of Lorkhan in ancient and mythic times. Its craftsmanship has no equal anywhere within Tamriel, and possibly beyond. The bow draws its power from Aetherius itself, channeling it through the sun. Therefore, when an arrow is loosed from the bow, it produces a magical effect very similar to being burned by fire. That's actually only a fraction of its potential. With sun-hallowed arrows, you would be able to produce a much more spectacular effect, causing bursts of sunlight to envelop your foes. The sunbursts would certainly hurt anything, but is especially devastating to the undead. Well, using an arrow with the bow that's been dipped in blood may cause it to function differently, corrupting its purpose. That's, of course, if you're foolish enough to try it. I can actually assist you in that regard. If you were to bring me some good quality elven arrows, I could imbue them with the proper incantations and rituals. While it would fill me with joy to see the Chantry back to its former glory, that time has long since passed. Now that my brother's dead, it's quite possible I'm the last of our kind. There's no need for that kind of talk. I said it was possible. It's also quite possible that there are some other isolated conclaves of snow elves, nestled elsewhere on Nirn. I'll also assume Vertha didn't exactly give you the option to stay your hand. For the time being, I will remain here, on the Overlook, and continue trying to keep the Sanctum free of the betrayed. You're always welcome to return here at any time, of course. Farewell, friend. May the glow of Auriel shield you from your enemies.
Hope you're getting along with Isran. He'd take some getting used. Let's see what you've got there. I see. Similar to the exploding bolt, only this one will cause damage with splintering shards of ice sharp as glass. Here, let me show you how it's made. Assuming you have the smithing skills, you should be able to make this yourself at Gunmar's Forge. Either way, I'll have some for sale soon.
May your next fight bring you... What now? Until next time. The bow. You have Auriel's bow. I've heard it described in tales, but I could never have imagined its beauty. Indeed. The day hasn't been won while Harkon still walks Tamriel. But what of Serana? Can she be trusted to lift a blade against her own kind, her own family? I suppose that's as much as I can hope for. Let me address the Dawnguard and then we'll be off. The men deserve to know that we finally gained the upper hand.
Everyone, gather round. Come on then, we haven't got all day. For too long, we've allowed these vampires to poison the night and kill our people. Now, we finally have the means to strike back. We now have Auriel's bow. The gods themselves have favored us, and we must answer with action. The time has come to finally put an end to Harkon and his unholy prophecy. We will march on their lair and destroy those wretched abominations so they can no longer corrupt our world. This is our fight, and this is our fate. This is the time of the Dawnguard! Burn them all! This
You're the
is
crossbow
it!
bolt between the eyes for me!
Prophecy and no more.
It's time we take the fight to their door. Gather your things and rest well, my friend. We meet outside Castle Volkihar. Good. Maybe now they'll afford the vampire threat a tad bit more respect. Watch your back.
Yes? I don't think you can ever be ready to kill your parent. I'm doing my best to not think of him as my father anymore. We've got enough to worry about right now. You stay focused, and I'll worry about me.
It is time for action.
Its roles will serve us well, I think.
It's time to end this.
Arcay says we're going to win this. Well, probably.
We're done with this when none of them are left standing. Let's go.
Find their leader and kill him.
Who's there? Who's there? That's never should have. Dawnguard for Skyrim! Dawnguard for Skyrim! For the Dawnguard For Skyrim!
Serana, my darling, I see you still favor keeping a pet.
You know why we're here.
Of course I do. You disappoint me, Serana. You've taken everything I provided for you and thrown it all away for this pathetic being.
Provided for me? Are you insane? You've destroyed our family. You've killed other vampires, all over some prophecy that we barely understand. No more. I'm done with you. You will not touch her.
So, I see this dragon has fangs. Your voice drips with the venom of your mother's influence. How alike you've become.
No. Because unlike her, I'm not afraid of you. Not anymore.
And you. It appears I have you to thank for turning my daughter against me. I knew it was only a matter of time before she'd return with hatred in her heart. A small price to pay for the betterment of our kind. Yes, yes, always the noble vampire hunter. And what happens when you've slain me? Is Valerica next? Is Serana? Ah, of course. The prophecy. You've come here to stop me from taking Ariel's bow and shrouding the world in darkness. Yes, quite. I'm growing weary of speaking to you and my traitorous daughter. I'll give you a single chance to turn over the bow to me. There will not be a second.
Very well, then. You leave me no choice. I'll raise the flesh from your bones.
I'm not sure. I'll probably stay with the Dawnguard for as long as they'll let me. They're respectable fighters, and I think they see the benefits of having a vampire on their side now. Of course, if you've got any more adventures planned. That's what I wanted to hear.
It's over. He's dead. And the prophecy dies with him. I suppose this is difficult for you.
I think my father really died a long time ago. This was just the end of something else. I did what needed to be done. Nothing more.
I think you did more than that. You have my thanks. So, the beast is destroyed. Not only that, but Ariel's bow is in safe hands. The Dawnguard will now be dedicated to safeguarding it, making sure that prophecy will never come to pass. You served Skyrim well. Even with these vampires gone, the fight isn't completely over. Once we're settled back in at the fort, there will be more work to do. We'd be honored to have you join us.
Take care.
Congratulations, friend. You've won a well-deserved victory here. The people of Skyrim owe you a great deal, whether they know it or not. Shall we continue the fight? This is fine for now, but we can't stay holed up here forever. Fight bravely, friend.
While I doubt we'll ever be truly rid of vampires in Skyrim, you've certainly made it a much safer place for now. I'm proud of what we've managed to accomplish. Let's get back to work. Hope you're getting along with Isran. He'd take some getting used to. Farewell.
Harkon's short-sightedness was his undoing. In his lust for power, he failed to consider the full consequences of his plans. Of course they did. I never doubted for a moment. If I may ask, what will you do with them now? I did, in fact. Quite perceptive of you. I'd very much like to have those scrolls. Someday I may be able to return them to their rightful place in the Imperial City. How would you feel about turning them over to me? Ah, yes, I see. Well, if you do change your mind, please let me know.
appear to have something on your mind. What is it? Absolutely. I've spent a great deal of time perfecting an extract that increases the potency of soul husks. If you wanted to bring some to me, I'd be happy to provide you some of the extract. It should help resist the draining aura of the crystals. I'd say 5 of them would be enough. What? Are you certain? Then I see nothing preventing my return to Tamriel. Allow me to gather some of my things, and I'll head back to Castle Volkihar. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you.
Do you need something? No. Why? Even before that, we weren't the most normal family. We did worship a Daedra, remember? I'll speak to Fallion. I've heard he knows about these things. I'm going to go away for a while. I'll meet you back home when I'm done. I'll see you soon. There you are. I'm back. All clean. I feel like I can breathe again for the first time since I was turned. The world is alive. And so am I, for once. Whenever you're ready. Do you need something?
The unlife that results when a soul is imprisoned in death.